Good morning and welcome to Friday morning's early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And I'm smiling because I'm thinking, man, I was up early this morning, 4:30, bing, there it was. And I'd gone to bed late because we had our last listening session for the Intentional Community affordable housing project that I'm working on. And good morning, Peggy, you're the first one here. Welcome, welcome. So I was thinking I was probably going to have a hard time getting up this morning, but bing, there we were. So I've already gotten my meditation in. I did some journaling. I'm on a roll today, so look out. And I think we're going to do some tapping today. So good morning, good morning. I think that will set a tone for our day and help really open us up to this particular card, which we had recently. And again, like I say, when a card comes up several times in a row, we want to be paying attention. There's something there that's speaking to us. There's a young woman in town here that I exchange services with. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you are here. So it was my turn to receive. So we did a little tarot reading, and all of the cards that came up, and she gets intuitive hits. So she goes, I feel like we need to pull one more card. And everything just really held together. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome. Glad you're here. Really held together and really made sense. So I feel like this card is speaking to me today, and hopefully will also speak to you. So let's just do a little breathing to prepare ourselves to receive. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Spinning open the crown chakra, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Every breath you inhale, drawing in healing golden light, in through the nose. Exhaling anything that no longer serves you. And you can keep the breathing going for a bit. And again, if you notice that you're lightheaded, it probably means during the course of the day you aren't really breathing very fully. And many of us, especially those who struggle with anxiety, tend to breathe rather shallowly. So we want to make a practice of breathing more deeply and fully. And then when something untoward perhaps happens and you end up in the hospital and they say, okay, we want to see how you're doing on breathing, you're going to ace that test. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. Glad you're here. Because you will have practiced. You will have gotten your lungs into the place where nice deep breaths are just what happens. Okay? So our card for today comes from the Soul Coaching Deck by Denise Lynn, What Your Soul Wants You to Know. And like I said, this card is one that we have had in the not too distant past. And I think it lays the groundwork for some tapping we can do after I read the card. So, card is Surrender. And there she is in the water, looking at the stars. All is well. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. All is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. I surrender to my inner guidance. And for those of you who are kind of new to my channel, on my website, Empowerment and Purpose, all little letters, all spelled out.com, there's a blog tab. And thank you, Cindy, I appreciate it. Under that blog tab, there is a blog, probably several years old, called Row, Row, Row Your Boat Gently Down Life's Stream. And it talks about surrender and how if we're all in our little boats cruising down life's stream, we have a paddle, we can work with the flow, but there is a flow that moves us. And when we fight it, we exhaust ourselves. That's non-surrender. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. Glad you are here. When we throw our paddle overboard and jump into the water, that's giving up. That is not the same thing as surrender. Surrender is being in your boat, paddling to stay off the rocks, working with the flow. That's surrender. So that's what we're aiming for today. And then we will do a little tapping around that concept. So, surrender. Card meaning, let go and let God. All is well. You don't have to do it all alone. I always need that one kind of knocked into my head. You don't have to do it all alone. Release negative thoughts about yourself, for your life is divinely guided. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. So we are a part of the one. We are an aspect of the whole. We are in this flow, and we can fight it, or we can roll with it. We can give up and jump in, whatever we want to do. We have free will. We get to choose. This is suggesting, your soul wants you to know, this is suggesting that moving into surrender, working with the flow of life, allowing, being open is a good approach to understate it significantly. Your soul wants you to know, letting go can heal the need to be in control. Any other control freaks out there? Can heal the need to be in control, the stress of unfulfilled expectations, the anguish of demanding how things should be, and the tension of wanting others to act in particular ways. These things constantly lead to disappointment and unhappiness. Although there's a time to hold on as if your life depended on it, there's also a moment to just let go. Awesome. Okay, yes, Carolyn, absolutely. Good morning, Renee. Glad you are here. Welcome. So, Carolyn, what I'd like you to do with this is view radiation as supportive tools. It is working with you and with your miraculous body that already knows how to heal. It's a tool. It's a tool to assist you in your process of healing. Cool. And we're all going to send you great energy on Monday to get this flow going and working for you. Let's see. Now is the time to surrender. Remember that you aren't yielding to a force outside yourself. You're not giving up. You are giving in to your soul's guidance. Okay? By releasing your hold, you're allowing the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you. So I want you to try something. I want you to make a fist and hold it as tightly as you can. Good morning, good morning. Glad you're here, Janine. How much can you do with your hand like this? Okay, now release it. Let it go. What does that feel like? Can you receive into this hand now? Absolutely. Can you do things with this hand now? Absolutely. When it's held tight in that, I've got to control this, I've got to manage this, you're not going to get where you want to go. Let it go. Good morning, Beth. Welcome from the UP. We're glad you are here. So let's see what's next. You are permitting the Creator to give you direction and inspiration. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Good morning, Tracy. Welcome. Help is all around you. Open your heart and let it in. And again, how many times have we heard from very intuitive people? They're right on the other side of the veil, but they need your invitation to help you. They aren't just going to barge in and do stuff. Invite them in. Invite in some amazing creative minds. Good morning, CJ. Let's say you're working on something that requires an engineering mindset, and you're not of an engineering mindset. Invite in the history of all the engineers that ever have existed and have created things like the 7 wonders of the world. Invite in their energy. Work with it. See what happens. So, again, that word surrender tends to give people pause because they, good morning, Debbie. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. Our mindset about surrender, we've got the wrong connotations attached to it. Again, surrender is not giving up. It's opening yourself to be in the flow so it takes you where you want to go. And it's like a bird moving into a slipstream. They go a whole lot faster when they move and work with the energies that are there. So let's open ourselves up to that, shall we? Let's do some tapping. So start with side of the hand. You can tap just one side by the baby finger, karate chop spot. I like tapping them both. I figure I'm going to get all the bang for my buck I can, right? So these are going to be 3 setup statements. I'll say it, and then you do call back. You say it out loud if you're able, all right? So, my thoughts on surrendering. What does surrender even mean? I am willing to open myself to new ideas. Okay, inside corner of the eyebrows, surrender. Outside corner of the eye, Bonnie says it's not the same thing as giving up. Under the eye, yeah, but I gotta hang on to control. Under the nose, who would I be without my control issues? Under the mouth, I make things happen. Collarbone, but I've also seen the downside of control. Under the arms, people aren't excited about feeling controlled. Around the crown of the head, and the tighter I hang on, inside corner of the eyebrows, the more out of control I feel. Outside corner of the eyes, the more I think it has to go my way. Under the eyes, the more upset and controlling I get. Under the nose, time for a new way. Under the mouth, but what kind of a way? Collarbone, I open myself to healing. Under the arms, good morning, Sue, we're doing some tapping. Under the arms like monkey, I open myself to healing. Around the crown of the head, I open myself to surrender. Inside corner of the eyebrows, I move into flow. Outside corner of the eyes, I move into co-creation with the universe. Under the eyes, I don't have to do it all myself. Under the nose, and what if the universe, God, creator, has a better plan? Under the mouth, a bigger picture. Collarbone, like a jetpack for my journey through life. Under the arms, I can feel some excitement. Around the crown of the head, but also a little trepidation. Inside corner of the eyebrows, but I am willing to test drive this. Outside corner of the eye, when I notice myself hanging on too tight, under the eye, I'm going to take some deep breaths and let go. Under the nose, I'm going to practice unclenching my hand. I'm going to practice breathing deeply. Collarbone, I'm going to practice faith and trust. Good morning, Courtney. We're just doing some tapping. Under the arms, I'm going to practice allowing. Around the crown of the head, I surrender. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. And I want you to notice, how do you feel? How do you feel? You might feel a little sense of lightness. You might feel like the muscles have released a little bit. You might feel some doubt or some worry. You can go back through this part of the video over and over and over again. Put in your own words. If you have certain things that I didn't touch upon, bring in your own words. And sometimes people will say, well, Bonnie, that all those words come to you so fast and so easy, but I can't come up with what to say. Then it doesn't matter. Good morning, Bobby. Glad you are here. Looking forward to working together today. You can just tap the spots. Set an intention. My intention is to surrender. My intention is to be open to divine guidance. My intention is to receive, to be open, to step into flow, whatever it is. And then just tap the spots. You don't have to have a statement. I like the statements, but yes, being controlling causes anxiety and anger. It disrupts our relationships. And I'll give you one recently. There was someone who was behaving in a manner that was going to create great difficulty in their life. And I caught myself moving into judgment. Why would they do that? That's, but then I thought, who am I? Yes, I have wisdom, but who am I to decide what anyone else's path should be? I'm glad you feel calmer, Gwen. That's awesome. It's not for me to decide someone else's path. Yes, it's hard for me to watch someone go down a path that doesn't seem like it's going to yield good stuff. But what if that's exactly what they need to experience in order to become who they're meant to be? And again, that who they're meant to be may not only be in this lifetime, might be other lifetimes. So the one that always pops into my head is drug use. When someone it appears to be throwing their life away to drug use, what if that path was exactly what they needed to figure out who they really are and where they're supposed to be going, and etc. Would I advise anybody who asks to steer clear of it? Absolutely. But sometimes when people have gone through that, I'm so glad. Awesome. Good. When people have gone through that, amazing things happen. There's a woman here in town that I met for coffee. This is quite a while ago, but she told me her story where right before she was, I can't remember what the circumstances were. It was right before she was supposed to start a job or something big was supposed to happen. She was supposed to go to school. She had to check herself in for detox, and how she felt like her whole life now was done, a hot mess. Here we are, what is this, 10, 15, 20 years later. She is now the CEO of the company that runs the program that she went through to recover. It's possible. Anything's possible. When we are in that place of despair and desperateness and everything in our life is shitty, it's really hard to have any concept of this can get better, this can serve me, I can take these disastrous things that are happening and turn them into grist for my mill to become who I'm meant to be. Even just posing the question to yourself, I wonder why I'm meant to have this experience. So for Carolyn, you've done a beautiful job with that, with your cancer. Looking at, discerning, what is this telling me? What might I need to change on my path in life that this dis-ease is telling me about? You've done a beautiful job of walking with the cancer instead of fighting it. What's the message here? What am I meant to learn? How do I feel lighter, calmer, comforted, etc.? So again, you can go back and do the tapping over and over and over again on all kinds of things. If you have not yet discovered thetappingsolution.com, fabulous resource for all kinds of tappings. They have a lot of free ones. They especially target anxiety for those of us who are wired that way. Definitely me. And they also have an app that you can pay for so you can have it on your phone. Yes, absolutely. But again, if we can take that step back and look at it through curious observer eyes, not through our shit color lenses, but through curious observer eyes, I wonder what I'm meant to learn from this. And sometimes, I'm not saying I'm all, benevolent about that. Sometimes I'm pissed off. Okay, what am I meant to learn from this? It's okay. Ask the question. However you need to ask the question, ask the question. Because posing that question out into the universe means answers will be forthcoming. You have asked. Ask, believe, receive. And again, people get irritated with that little saw, but I think it's fabulous. The biggest thing that gets in our way in terms of receiving is that belief part. We believe we're not worthy. We believe nothing's going to change. We believe this is just our lot in life. Blah, 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 blah. Absolutely. So, yes, breathe. Allow the emotions to move through. Imagine them being like clouds floating on the breeze. Allow them to move through. We don't want to try to stop them up. We don't want to get rid of them. They're there for a reason. It's like if you put your hand on the hot burner, you want the pain to be there so that you retract your hand. That pain serves a purpose. Is it pleasant? No, but it's informative. Very informative. And we have many informative things around us that we kind of go la 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 la. Pay attention. Pay attention. The thing we're paying attention to today is that, again, in short order here, we've gotten the surrender card again. So, time to let go. Time to turn things over to Spirit. Time to allow the universe to support you and move you forward. Okay, universe, give me some guidance. Let me know where you want me to go. I met this wonderful woman who wrote a book. I can't remember the title of the book. She gave me a copy at a writer's retreat. And she said that after her husband died, she was at loose ends. She did not know what to do with herself. So for an entire year, she made a practice of putting on her sneakers, that's what she called them, sneakers, going out and standing on the curb and waiting for her feet to tell her which direction to walk that day. Here we are. We're on our walk. Let's go stand on the curb, figure out which direction we need to go today, and check it out. So, I wish for all of you surrender. I'm going to be practicing today. I'm not perfect at it, so it takes practice. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.